That dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. Jerick McKinnon now to return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. On first and 10, Bridgewater. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, Bridgewater. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jimmy Graham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. To return, it's McKinnon. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Michael Brockers in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd down, Bridgewater. And this is Gabriel on the catch. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Get set, get set.
Third and short yardage, Bridgewater. And Latimer's got it. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the 1st. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. Going for it. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On play action, now Rodgers. He hits White, complete. Touchdown, Packers. Kevin White, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
We got 4. Go Delta.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. A first update now from Cleveland. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Will Fuller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
To return, it's McKinnon. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Bridgewater on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eli Harold coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Bridgewater sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to go down again. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll set up to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Kenny Clark in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now the Packers get set to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Kaiser. Dancing to his left. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. First down, Kaiser. And this is caught at the 8. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Let's go!
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Got a man open. Touchdown, Green Bay. Holmes with touchdown number. And the Packers add on to their lead. Crowd is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be third and forever. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Whoosh! Still fighting for more. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance. And
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
On second down, it's Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Tight end right.
Come on, let's go!
Off the play fake, Kaiser. And able to find Graham, complete. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open.
Let's go!
He finds a way to pick up a first down.
90.
Check 59.
A first down throw for Kaiser. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Mike, check. 59.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Looking for White on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
3 down. 3 down.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Kaiser going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Ohio! 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 Hot!
From the gun, Kaiser. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
4 down. 4 down.
Check 9, check 9.
Ohio! Ohio!
All set. Hot!
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby. Go, 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 go.
On 3rd down, Kaiser. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And Crosby missed it. No good. Wide to the left for Crosby. And this score will stay right where it is.
I can remember a game here in Chicago a few years back. It was so blustery that Robbie Gould tried a field goal and just about kicked it out of bounds. Once that wind starts coming in off Lake Michigan, it can cause havoc in the kicking game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set. Winnie.
1st down, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
That part really went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Being chased out left. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Kaiser now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even
Here
further.
we go. White 90. White 90.
Ohio! 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 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike.
Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
He's not going to get me.
To throw, Kaiser. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. They will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Set. 20.
47. Check, 47.
Go Delta.
Check 31. Check 31.
Ready.
Bump, motion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Single. Hey, 80s.
Bridgewater now on second down. Flushed out right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Trey Burton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears cut into that lead.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Let's go. White 90.
Final play of the half. Kaiser steps away to his left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. An NFL update, second quarter now in Jacksonville. And we're seeing an extension of the lead by the Jags. They're up pretty big. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. White 90.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Check.
Second down, Kaiser. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Packers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll throw here. Kaiser. Touchdown, Packers! As his guys are in for 6. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you script.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Jake Ryan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Bridgewater. Completion left side to Miller. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Looking deep for Gabriel. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Ohio. Ohio. Here we go.
Following the interception, Kaiser. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Eddie Goldman in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Ohio! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
On play action, Kaiser. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response.
Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2.
Go Delta.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Kenny Clark in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
Again, it's Jones. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90. Hut.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
3 down. 3 down.
There you go. Hut. Hut.
Now Kaiser. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm.
And got his man complete. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Jake Ryan in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Play action now. Bridgewater under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. He's got his man on the crossing route. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go larga. And when she met...
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go Delta.
Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Bridgewater. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about.
Delta. 117, 117.
They'll run forward Tariq Cohen. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. Then the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Parkey for the extra point. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is down to 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback, but we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Kaiser to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The Packers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Fielded just inside the 20. Shreds the tackle. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and count.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Perry in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Kenny Clark in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Miller on the catch over the middle. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20. 10, 5, and he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal.
Get wide now.
Getting the ball. 87's getting the ball.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears get a bit closer.
wide now.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the two-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go. White, 90.
Off the play fake, Kaiser. His throw incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Throwing again is Kaiser on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep open. And this is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Flex round. Flex round.
1st down, Kaiser. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they're throwing here. Kaiser. Buying time to his left. Broken tackle. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, I know it's only a loss of a couple of yards, but when you get near the sidelines, just flip the ball out of bounds, incomplete, and save the yardage. Save the yards, not your stats.
They have gone to the 4th quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. To throw is Kaiser. He sets up the screen to Jones. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. His throw caught right around the 6. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red
Now Jones. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They get it to him running left. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll try again with Jones. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15.